Bruv, when we say Turkish Mafia, yeah, we're talking about heavy crime groups, deep rooted in Turkey, but also made up of ex or current Turkish mandem. These lot ain't just local fam, they're international. You'll find them deep in Western Europe, where bare Turkish immigrants settled over the years. You get me? Their thing, drug runs, mainly heroin, blood. That's their bread and butter. From Afghanistan's poppy fields all the way to the back streets of London, these men got roots locked. Right now, yeah, there's two gangs beefing over who runs the heroin game in London. You got the Tottenham Turks, mostly full-blood Turkish brethrens. Then there's the Hackney Turks, or as they call themselves, the Bombacilars. That means the bombers in Turkish, in it. Serious name. Now the Hackney crew, they're tied to the Bombacilar clan. Them men are mostly Kurdish. Deep roots. These Bombacilars operate out to northeast London, fam, and at one point they were moving 90% of the UK's heroin. That's mad, innit? The head of all that, Hussein Bombacilar, 67. They used to call him the Pablo Escobar of Europe. Bruv, some even called him the Emperor. My guy built the empire from some village in Turkey and then pushed weight through Amsterdam, Morocco, Gibraltar, had links with top Turkish politicians and customs officers, not some small fry, you feel me? Mid-90s, the whole Bombacilar lot relocated to London, safe haven, strong community, perfect base to expand in it. But not long after landing, Hussein got nabbed while doing business in Amsterdam. Boom, he's inside. After that, the younger bro Abdullah Bombacilar stepped up. He's 64 now, stuck in a wheelchair, got shot in the spine by some op. Still dangerous though. But hear this fam, to understand this beef proper, we need to look at where the Kurds came from. Back in the early 1900s, Kurds were dreaming of a homeland, Kurdistan. After World War I, the Treaty of Sevres said, yeah, cool, you can have that. But 3 years later, the Treaty of Lausanne dashed them hopes. Blood, no state, just minority status across different countries. The Kurds got stepped on for the next 80 years every time they tried to rise up. Then in 78, during all the madness in Turkey, left wing, right wing, coups, and that, this man, Abdullah Öcalan, formed the PKK. That's the Kurdistan Workers' Party, militant, guerrilla style, proper trained up in Marxist ideology. They were active across Kurdistan back then, but now they mostly chill in the mountains of southeast Turkey and parts of Iraq. Now you're probably thinking, rah, why we getting a history lecture? Stay with me, bruv. It connects. See, the PKK needed money to fund their war against Turkey. So what did they do? They set up shop in London, literally opened legit looking businesses, but were taxing owners for protection. You get it. By 2002, the PKK rebranded themselves Kurdistan Freedom and Democracy Congress. But let's be real, they still had control of spots, especially around Green Lanes. That's where it gets sticky. The Bombacilars started trying to take over PKK turf. But them shop owners, they were cool paying the PKK, but not having it with the Kurdish crime families. Different respect levels in it. Then boom, the 9th of November 2002, around 4 p.m, 4 masked up Bombacilar Mandem ran up on Samaza Bass supermarket in Green Lanes, smashed the place up, roughed up the workers. It weren't just a warning, it was a message. But man don't dish out violence without getting it back. Yeah, turns out the store had friends, some PKK sympathizers. They clocked what went down and said, nah, we ain't letting that slide. Revenge was on the cards. Same day, few hours later, 8 p.m, Dosla Lokali Cafe got stormed by about 50 heads, armed to the teeth. Knives, bats, burners, everything. All hell broke loose inside. That cafe used to be owned by the Kurdish crew, so you know the target was clear. At least 20 people ended up in hospital, blood. One of them, Eli Sandogan, didn't make it. Rest in peace. Thing is, Eli weren't even about that life. Man was just helping refurbish the spot. Wrong place, wrong time, fam. But when the feds showed up to investigate, Silence. Wall of silence. No snitching. Streets don't talk, even when people die. Early 2009, yeah. The beef between the Tottenham Turks and the Hackney Bombacilars was getting hot blood. It popped off heavy at some Manor nightclub in Finsbury Park. Man like Kamal Armagan, big name in the Bombacilars, got rushed bad, left him bruised and embarrassed in it. Word on road, he was fuming fam. Man shouted, "I'm gonna kill them who done me like that." And trust me, he meant that. So boom, Kamal taps a shooter, brings in Ricardo Dwyer to do the job. The target, one Mepin Sempelit, linked to the Turks. Mepin was calm, just working at his pop's shop, but Kamal didn't care. He wanted both father and son done out here. The 22nd of March, 2009, it goes left. Ricardo hops on the back of a motorbike. Rider, Michael James, North London Ute. They roll up to Euro Food and Wine on Hornsey Road. Ricardo walks in, strapped with a 9mm, but man got it twisted. Instead of catching Mepin and his dad, he lets off on the wrong people. Kashia Ahmed Paytak, 50, and his son Hussein, just 20, straight up civilians. Ahmed got killed on the spot. Hussein barely made it, left fighting for life, all for a hit that missed the real targets. Police moved quick though. Both Ricardo and Michael James got grabbed. Michael James, 30, faced the judge first. They said he was involved in the murder of Ahmed Paytak. Man was just at work. The judge didn't show no leniency, gave Michael life in jail, minimum 30 years. North London boy, thrown in the system for life. As for Ricardo, the judge, Anthony Morris, didn't hold back, called it a particularly bloodthirsty feud fam. Man said these gangs had turned North London into a battleground. And real talk, that ain't no lie. Kashia and Hussein were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Didn't even know about the beef, nothing to do with it. But they still caught the worst of it. Ricardo tried to wiggle out of it, denied the murder, denied attempted murder too. First trial, jury couldn't decide. Second time round, he got found guilty. Boom, life sentence, minimum 32 years behind bars. But it didn't stop there. Few months later, the Bombacilars spun back again. The 2nd of October, 2009, 4:10 p.m. Tottenham Turk member Oktay Ebersley was chilling in his Range Rover. He had his girl and their 5-year-old son in the whip too. Out of nowhere, some rider on a big black bike pulls up and lets it off. Straight ambush. Oktay got hit, but man tried to hold on, climbed out the motor, tried to move, even walked a bit, but nah blood. His body gave up, dropped right there in the street, died an hour later in hospital. That murder still ain't solved to this day. Now this is where it gets wild. Yeah, 3 days later, the Tottenham Turks came for payback. The 5th of October 2009, 2 masked men stormed into a Turkish social club in Clapton, East London, spot known to be full of Bombacilars. Man walked in, strapped with Uzis, ready to let it spray. Tem Düzgün, 21, was there. Not even part of the drama. Man just wanted to play a little snooker, got caught in the madness, shot dead blood, didn't even see it coming. Police later nabbed 4 men for that. In court, they broke it down. The shooter, Blaise Lankula, he got inside because one of the crew held open the airlock doors. People inside clocked something was off. Düzgün, curious, went to check the lobby. That's when Blaise opened fire. 11 bullets, blood, head, chest, arms, legs. Man got lit up like a war zone. Experts said the gun was probably less than 30 centimeters from his head when it went off. Tem lived in Islington, worked retail at Croydon clothes store, just a normal ute, trying to live life, dead for nothing, just wrong place, wrong time again. Court said it loud. This was all part of a violent tit-for-tat fam. The Tottenham Turks and the Bombacilars were running their own war, bodies dropping, innocent people getting caught up. So yeah, 4 men ended up getting bagged for the Düzgün hit. Blaise Lankula, the one who let off the shots. Arslan and Makusu, they got wrapped too. Lankula got 35 years fam. Arslan, 33. Makusu, 28. And the youngest, Bao Butu, only 17 when it happened, got 18 years. minimum. These men are gonna be old before they see road again. But trust me, the bloodshed didn't slow down. The 1st of February 2012, Hackney Bombacilar member Ali Armagen was sitting comfy in his Audi A near Turnpike Lane. Man was just chilling, but fam, someone crept up and shot him point blank in the neck. That was it. Pronounced dead on the scene. Allegedly, it was Kamal Eren, big dog in the Tottenham Turks, that pressed the trigger, but man didn't wait around to get nicked. Kamal flew out to Turkey, dipped out clean. UK police couldn't touch him out there. Man thought he was safe, but now, the 1st of December, Turkey turned cold. Kamal Eren got shot and paralyzed in Elbistan, southern Turkey. His ops caught up to him, but the Bombacilars, they weren't done blood. The 30th of December 2012, they brought out a hitter, real cold piece, Jamie Marsh Smith, street name Freddy. After that, Nightmare on Elm Street guy, serious character in it. Freddy caught in an errand, Tottenham Turk man, outside his yard, no hesitation, 3 shots, arm, stomach, buttock. Left him crippled for life, walking with crutches ever since. But that still weren't enough for the Bombacilars. They wanted real payback, especially Kemal Armagan, Ali's brother. Man wanted a body, no cap. Target, Inzafer Erin, leader of the Tottenham Turks, older brother to Iza Erin. So Freddy got the call again. This time he rode with his driver, Samuel Zeri. The 18th of April 2013, they pulled up to Inzafer's gaff, deep in enemy territory. Freddy had a Guy Fawkes mask on, like man was filming a movie. He didn't knock. He let off 3 shots into Inzafer's back, outside his own fortified home. Dead. 4 days later, Freddy got paranoid. Blood. Started thinking his driver might snitch. So what does he do? Turns the gun on Samuel, shot him too. But guess what? Samuel survived, ran to the nearest house, got help. That was his ticket out. Didn't take long. Both Freddy and Samuel got nicked. Case was airtight. Freddy, Jamie Marsh Smith, 23 years old, was slapped with life. No mercy. 38 years for the murder of Inzafer. 30 years each for attempted murder of Inan Erin and Samuel Zeri, all running concurrently. Samuel got 28 years for playing driver to a murder. The judge told him straight, if you are operating in circles of violence, you cannot complain when you become a victim of it yourself. And the DI on the case, Noel McHugh, said, the conduct of Jamie Marsh Smith and Samuel Zeri reads like something from a film. They accepted a contract to kill. They had no known dispute with their victim. Real talk. But that death, that hit, Iza Erin, hard. That was his big bro. Man swore revenge. Come October 2015, police caught Izzet and her brethren riding a stolen motorbike strapped up. Word is they were en route to smoke a Bombacillar member, but they didn't make it. Then it got mad. The 11th of December 2015, both of them were due in Wood Green Crown Court. But the Turks, they had plans. They wanted to bust Izzet out, fam. They sent in Jermaine Baker and some other riders to free the 2 prisoners. Say what you want, blood, but that's loyalty. But the Met Police weren't sleeping. They got intel. They knew the Mandem had firearms, so they rolled out with armed officers. 9 a.m., they surround the car that Jermaine Baker was sitting in outside the courthouse. One officer, only known as W80, lets off 1 shot. That bullet went through Jermaine's wrist and neck. Air ambulance got called, but Jermaine didn't make it. Declared dead at 10:30 a.m. Now here's where it gets sticky. There was a replica Uzi in the car. Not even real. Jermaine wasn't even armed when he got shot. Turns out, police had bugged the car. A covert mic picked up the Mandem saying we ain't even got a real weapon. But the officers on the ground, they didn't get that info. They were told suspects are armed and planning to use firearms. Miscommunication cost Jermaine his life. Later on, Izzet Erin and his accomplice, the same ones they were trying to free, got 14 years each. Now fast forward to 2022, the Taliban take over Afghanistan, yeah? First move, they ban opium cultivation. Boom, heroin dries up. Prices on the street skyrocket. And when money's tight, blood spills quicker. Suddenly, the streets were hot again. Turkish and Kurdish gangs going head to head, hungry for market share. Old beefs, new blood, same madness. October 2022, yeah? Man like Mehmet Kori Alpegin, proper known radio DJ, out for dinner with his girl Gozde Dalbadak. They were just trying to enjoy a meal in Mayfair, central London vibes. But as they headed home, boom, they got snatched. Next thing, they're being dragged to some dodgy wine bar behind Tottenham Hotspur Stadium near White Hart Lane. Fam, that's where it turned dark. Alpegin, 43, tortured to death, allegedly by the Tottenham Turks blood. Straight wickedness. A father of two, dumped like rubbish in Essex woodland. His girl locked in a toilet for 2 whole days before they let her go with cab money like that. Made it all right. When she spoke after, fam, it was peak. She said he told her, "My love, don't be scared. Sorry, my love." Then man started screaming in pain, getting battered while she listened. Some of the gang got grabbed later on. Tijin Kennedy, 33, and Ali Kavut, 26, both got slapped with time, found guilty of kidnap, false imprisonment, and manslaughter, 20 and 13 years each. Samuel Owusu Opoku, 35, guilty of 2 counts of kidnap, 7 years. Stefan Gordon, 34, admitted kidnap, found guilty of 2 false imprisonment charges, 8 years. Whole ting was cold. Now deep this, Tekin Kartal, OG in the Kurdish Mafia scene fam, born in Turkey, ran to Germany in his 20s to escape the broke life. That's where he linked up with Nizamettin Babashin, big time connect. Man got plugged in with the whole Babashin clan, especially tight with Abdullah Babashin, one of the main men. April 2024, Tekin flies from Dusseldorf to Barcelona. Some business needed settling. Man's eating out in Diagonal Mar, busy part of Barca, with 3 other man, one of them in a wheelchair. Abdullah Babashin, the boss of Bombacilar, serious company. While they're at the table, Tekin gets a call. He steps out. Might have just been to chat or meet the caller. But blood, man didn't even get far. Walked 80 meters, near a bus stop. 5 shots, 4 in the head. Tekin hit the floor, left in a pool of blood, dead before help could reach. That hit shook the net. In Turkey, the streets mourned. Young Turks and Kurds shared videos like it was national news, especially on TikTok. Bruv, they called him a real one, said he never forgot the people. But just over 3 weeks later, on the 29th of May 2024, London popped off again. An attacker on a motorbike pulled up on Kingsland High Street in Hackney, sprayed a whole restaurant. 3 men were hit, and worst part, a 9-year-old girl caught astray. She's still in critical but stable condition. Her mum and dad don't even know if she'll ever walk again. The place, called Evin, which means love in Kurdish, home in Turkish. Some deep irony there, innit? Papers say the feds suspect the Tottenham Turks did it. They might have been aiming at a Bombacilar member, but ended up hitting kids and innocents instead. Same old cycle. Now remember, Izzet Erin, man was once caught trying to ride out on a stolen bike, strapped to get revenge for his bro Inzefez's death. Well, turns out, bruv, weren't even British. He was still waiting on asylum. That murder case wiped his whole application, so they planned to extradite him back to Turkey. But guess what? Man landed in Turkish prison and still managed to escape, like something out of Netflix. A month later, Scotland Yard tracked him all the way to Moldova. They arrested him in 2022, started trying to bring him back, but word is he got freed. Man vanished from the system. Now roll it forward. The 10th of July, 2024, Erin was chilling at a cafe terrace in Chisinau, Moldova, Riscani district. Middle of the day, 11:31 a.m. A man on an electric scooter pulled up, let off multiple shots, right to the head. It was calm, clean, no chaos. The shooter dumped the bike in the woods, jumped in a rented car, and allegedly crossed into Romania with a fake passport. Clean exit. So who's the shooter? Police say it was Kamara, but get this twist. The man wanted for killing Izzet Erin is Kamal Armagan. That's Ali Armagan's brother, Ali, who was killed by Tottenham Turk boss Kamal Erin. You seeing it, fam? One Kamal kills one man's brother, the other Kamal kills the killer's brother. Ain't that mad poetic? Kamal Armagan's still out there, wanted for this and 2 other murders. Streets say he's ghost, but that revenge chain still spinning. Too many lives lost, too many caught in the crossfire. And truth is, as long as the streets are hungry and drugs still moving, this war, it ain't ever gonna stop. That's the end of this one, blood. If you rate what we're doing, hit that like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Ends Unshanked. You know we're bringing the real, no filter. See you on the next drop.